Professor Wright here, trying to hook you up with some good information so you can learn and grow. I'm here, the one to teach it to you. A different facet of things, a different category of things. So hopefully you can use it and you can grow from it. Today we're going to talk about what I always say in my videos. If you've been watching my videos, if you've subscribed, which I hope you do, if you watch the previous videos, you hear me talk about how America is antagonistic and adversarial to your money. So I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on that just a little bit because I was talking to my daughter and she said some things that were very interesting to me, and she's younger, obviously, and was trying to, get some things done and move about, utilizing, following through with the narrative that America tells you is basically that, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you have all the opportunities and things like that. So I just wanted to, share some things with you and really help you get a different perspective on things so you can position yourself better. Because I have the 5 P's, okay? And I'm going to do a workshop on my 5 P's. I'll tell them to you right now, really quickly. And they are plan, prepare, position, plan, prepare, protect, to position yourself for progress. Those are the 5 P's. Plan, prepare, protect, to position yourself for progress. I learned that from my mother. She didn't say it in the 5 P's, but what she said was essentially the 5 P's. So if you think about America and where it is today, and I would say regardless of how old you are, but I can't say that, I have to say considering how old you are. If you're older, 40 and 50, you can really understand and see how America has changed. If you're younger, 30, 20, you get to see how it's amplified its position to you rather than changed. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Back in the early 1500s, when America was first being founded, okay, early 1500s, 1540, stuff like that. Obviously, America was a big giant wilderness, and those who colonized it and who came over were looking to utilize those resources and exploit those resources toward commerce. And it costs more money to go ahead and structure things and create new things out of those resources. Okay, so you would have you wanted to build a dam or build a building. You actually had to go through all the natural resources to create those things. Those were expensive. But what was more expensive was the labor. The labor was more expensive. So that is how they got indentured servants and then later on slaves. Here in America, I'm speaking of America and America alone. Okay, so they got the indentured service to work for free. So for 7 years was the general time period, and the slaves that began later on in the process, we know that history. Some of us know it better than others, but you basically get the gist of it all. So labor, if you take any business class, they'll always tell you that labor is the most expensive thing. I disagree with that, but I'll go into that another day. Okay, but labor is and can be expensive. So I met with a man the other day. He was 75 years old. He was telling me how much money his father made in the early 40s per hour. Okay, and then he told me how much he made per hour in the 60s. And what he said was that in the 70s, those wages shot up tremendously. But I can tell you this, when I worked for McDonald's in 1986, 1987, my minimum wage was $3.35, $3.15, $3.35, something like that, one of the two. It was not above $3.35, I know that. It was either $3.15 or $3.35, okay? That was the minimum wage in 1986. So, I can then tell you that from being in the Army and getting out of the Army, I had a job with a major insurance company in 1999. You know this insurance company. You know which one it is. You know which one it is. Okay? 1999. And January 20th, 2000, they had a teleconference for all 800 representatives to join, and they fired all of us effective March 31st. Then you had to reapply for the job. Most people were making over $100,000 doing the investments that they were doing. Okay? As of March 31st, everybody was fired and they had to take a salary position. The salary position was $60,000. About 64, if I'm not mistaken. And we're talking 2000. Okay, $64,000. And then by January of 2001, the salary was reduced to 42. And if you know anything about the economy back in 2000, 2001, in August of 2000, gas prices shot up from like $1.17, 79 cent, 89 cent, $1.09, something like that. They shot up to over $2 in August of 2000. Notice that. The housing boom was there in 2000. The fuel prices shot up. Then it went back down to about $1.50, $1.60. March of 2001, they shot up above $3. Most people who bought houses were in variable rate financing at the time. The rate shot up. People were losing houses in 2000. But at the same time, wages decreased significantly. Walmart was coming up. All of the major companies that were coming up at that time. So we're talking Yahoo. It was the internet bubble. Google. A lot of investment companies went out of business at the time. Invesco and some other investment companies, because I'll tell you this, because they were investing in their mutual funds improperly. So you had a large cap and a mid cap and a small cap all investing in the same thing. How is that possible? If you're a large cap, you're going to invest in large capitalized companies. Mid cap, small cap. But how can a small cap invest in Walmart? It can't. It shouldn't, according to its ideology for the investment. It shouldn't, but it was. A lot of the companies were. Janus, Invesco, a lot of companies were doing this at the time. So eventually they went out of business and they merged and changed their names and things like that. That's basically what happened. So what I'm saying is this. While America is claiming to afford you opportunities, it makes you pay for them. So your college tuition has shot up tremendously since 1999. So you're talking in 20 years, college expenses, college tuition has shot up by 50, 60, 70%. But your wages have decreased proportionally and in regards to inflation by 20 and 30 and 40%. So how can they expect a graduate from a college to have $60,000 in student loan debt but only make $30,000 a year? Show social services. You're a social worker. You make $32,000 a year, but it costs you $60,000 to get the job. No, not very efficient, because $30,000 after taxes is about $22,000, $24,000. $2,000 a month. Your rent, which is shot up, is $8,000, $9,000. Your car payment, $300, $400, $500. So I'm gonna use the tops of each, $1,000 and $500. That's $1,500. Your cell phone itself is $100. You see, so they've depressed wages significantly, increased the cost of everything, and the way that they increased it was essentially in your basic needs. And this is what makes it so interesting, is that your base needs have increased, but your luxuries have decreased. We both know you can get a 60-inch TV right now for $289. It may be a cheap one made in China, but it's $289. However, your heating bill is $300. That's 1 month. $300. Between December and January, your heating bill is $350. Okay? So it's very interesting how your basic needs are more expensive than what they call luxuries. The reason why they do that is because they know that when you consider Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food, water, clothing, shelter, warmth, security and shelter, love and acceptance, self-esteem, cognizance, aesthetics, self-fulfillment, and transference. There are 8 levels in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can look it up. Look it up on Google. Look for the 8, not the 5. Okay? Aesthetics is important. Just check that one out too. But basically, what Dr. Maslow says is this: until you fulfill the lower level, you are not interested and cannot even bring yourself to consider achieving or working toward the next level. So if you don't have food, water, clothing, shelter, warmth, you're not worried about safety and security. Not worried about it. That's why you see bums in areas that are a little bit less than safe, because they don't care about their safety. I only care about being warm, having some food, having some clothes, having something to drink. That's how this works. And so what America has done was monetize every step at the highest level. So now your ability to move to the next level has been decreased. And as I said in the other workshop the other presentation about existentialism, if you cannot fulfill your needs, or you buy into the narrative as to what you are, who you are, what you should have, what you should do, if you buy into that, then you engage in maladaptive behaviors. So if I can't get no money, I can't get a real job, a job worth my time, worth me doing, something that's actually something that I wouldn't mind doing, that pays me handsomely enough, sufficiently to care for my basic needs, then I'm going to end up doing something that's a little less than legal. So here I am engaging in illicit drug commerce, which they monetized if they catch me. So I'm just doing this to make my ends meet. Doing it for my family, doing it for myself. I'm trying to pay my bills. So I sell a little dime bag over here. I hit a little lick over here. Bop, 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 bop. That's what I'm doing. All of a sudden, I'm prosecuted for doing that. And now they're making money off me through the legal fees, the court fees, the incarceration. They made money off me. But they never allowed me to actually have the opportunity to fulfill these things for myself sufficiently. You see? So it's very interesting how this works and how they have this structured. So that is why my mother told me, plan, prepare, protect. And when protecting was the most important one, protect yourself from the system. Learn it sufficiently to plan it. Learn it sufficiently to prepare for it. Protect yourself from it. So you're not going to do anything that they already monetized over there. I'm not going to smoke any illicit drugs. I'm not going to do any crimes. I'm not going to do these things, because when I do, I hurt myself, and now they getting paid. And the only reason why I did them was because I was trying to get paid. But they getting paid off me not getting paid. That's how this works. So it's very critical and very imperative to understand that you have to at least work yourself up through the opportunities that exist and that you can create for yourself. I'm a big fan of being self-employed. I've been self-employed basically since 1995 in one way or another. Okay? So when you start looking at it that way, you now become a commercial enterprise. And everything that's not illegal is legal. So you could do anything. I don't care if you Uber, Lyft, do hair. I don't care what you do. You don't either. For the most part, you want to do something that fulfills yourself, something that you're good at doing, you feel confident in doing, competent, something that fulfills you. I understand that. I do taxes. I love taxes, because the taxes is really learning and helping you flip the script on what they have established. That's what I do. You see? So it's really imperative for you to understand that without understanding how the system works, and the system is adversarial and antagonistic against you, it don't want you to have money. It doesn't. It does not want you to have money, because if you have money, then you have power. And if you have power, then they can't control you. That's how this works. Look at it step by step. Look at it. Really check it out. Look out the window. Look in the mirror. Look inside of here. Is this critical? Is this important? Yes. Is it a facet of your spirituality? Yes. Is it a facet of your physical form? Yes. Your mental and emotional aspects? Yes. That's how these things are all put together. They culminate. They're correlated. They're coordinated to basically hurt you. Remember, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And also remember that take heed that no man deceive you. Everything in scripture is based on that verse, Matthew 24:4. Check it out. They always talk about John 3:16. No, that's a whole different thing. Matthew 24:4 applies to everybody. Take heed that no man deceive you. And if you know that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, then everything is a deception. So whatever they give you, flip it 180 degrees. Because what they're giving you is a deception. You flip it 180, there's the truth, or something closer to the truth at least. That's how this works. And if you really wanted to protect yourself, then you would withdraw from commerce. That's where I started, and that's what I'm saying. Withdraw from commerce. All you have to do, Dollar Tree, Kroger. Boom, I'm done. Thrift store, Goodwill, Dollar Tree, Kroger. Thrift store, Goodwill, Dollar Tree, Kroger. Buy some gas. Kroger, Dollar Tree, thrift store, Goodwill, boom. That's all you need to do. Because basically what you're doing is you're removing your cash flow from the system. Do you want to eliminate debt? Yes, you do. We'll talk about that another time, because I have a whole nother plan for eliminating debt, which is impactful for you and the system. But what I'm saying really is that you have to understand that the system is not there to benefit you. It's there to benefit itself. This is about commerce. And that's why they're called commercials. That's why commercials are always on TV. Always. People buy cable. Why do you pay for cable? Why? Because all you're doing is getting indoctrinated into the system with the programs that are there. Real Housewives. I don't care which one it is. I don't even want to have a TV, so I don't know. Okay? But Real Housewives, all the food channels, all that stuff, they're indoctrinating you to where you now believe that that's what is the standard. Then at the same time, they tell you that you need to buy this little kit that air fries chicken. At 3 o'clock in the morning, back in the day, TV went off after the late night news. Beep! Those little lines, the deep beep, didn't pop up until the news show started at 6 o'clock. All of a sudden, you got infomercials everywhere, bombarding you with commerce to where they're taking your money. Don't give them a dime. If you're not getting something of value that you want, and when I say value, I'm not talking about Jordans, Nikes, Coach, or Louis Vuitton. I'm not. I'm talking about value. Something that you value. Existentially value. That's what I'm speaking of. So if you're not getting the real life value out of it, leave it alone. Can you buy some shoes? Yep, from the thrift store. Can you buy some grapes? Yep, from Kroger. Can you buy some bleach or some laundry detergent? Yep, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. There you go. Walmart? Nope. They make $2 billion in profit every day. They make stacks of money. All the major organizations make stacks of money, but they're not paying their employees a doggone dime. You see? Because it's all about commerce. It's not about you. It's not about society. It's not about, committees and communities. It's not about those things. It's only about commerce. So either make yourself a commercial entity. We'll talk about that one another day. Or withdraw yourself from the proliferation of magnified commerce. Just do your little bit. Bop, bop, bop. I'm saving money. Bop, bop, bop. I'm saving money. So this is Professor Wright. Don't mean to get on this rant, but Talking to my daughter really got me on it. I've been thinking about it all night. So all I'm saying, learn so you can grow. Hopefully you can teach others and we can all be a benefit with it. So be, know, do more, take care, step up to the plate for yourself and fulfill you, baby.